on. Mr. Alston, if you don't mind, can I just use you, if you don't mind?
Certainly, go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to role model. Here's exactly step-by-step what I do, okay? So oftentimes I'll call people. Now, my beautiful wife, Nadia, helped me to learn this, and that is, first of all, ask people's permission. So whether I meet him in person or we meet over the phone, and I'll say, okay, Mr. John Alston, I know you're the CEO of a powerful, powerful company, Shop Fremart, but if it's okay with you, I'd like to ask you a question.
Sure, go ahead.
So would you like to experience one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less, or would you like to just stay the way you are?
Well, obviously, I would like the breakthroughs.
Okay, now he's saying obviously, but folks, you got to understand this. You got to get this. First of all, notice this. I ask his permission. Can I ask a question? He gives me permission. Now I'm asking him a question that, by the way, has been designed by me literally, scientifically, to get straight to the point, but literally it's almost like a no-brainer, but I'm bringing him, I'm engaging him, I'm bringing him along. So we're going to take a journey. By the way, write this down. Selling is not something you do to someone, it's something you discover with someone. Ooh, that's good right there. I said selling is not something you do to someone, it's something you discover. So I'm going to help Mr. Alston now discover the 21-day breakthrough challenge and what it has. So, and I'm going to discover about him because I don't know what to talk to him about if I don't know what he's interested in. And that's part of our problem is people get excited because, man, we got the best thing since sliced bread, and we do. But the problem is it doesn't mean anything to anybody other than us. So you got to find out what they're interested in and then show how what we have will be as a bridge to help them get to where they want to go. See, as a marketer, you probably heard, by the way, your favorite radio station is WIIFM, What's in it for me. But as a marketer, Dr. Breakthrough says your favorite radio station has to be WIIFT, What's in it for them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with Mr. Alston here, take him through a process for me to discover what's in it for him to discover, and then we're going to create a partnership, okay? So again, I asked him that question. So again, and folks, you want to write this down. Again, Mr. Alston, would you be interested in having one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less, or would you like to stay the way you are? And again, his answer was no. Obviously, I'd like to get one or more breakthroughs. So now notice that question, by the way, it's saying in 21 days or less. So, Mr. Alston, so 21 days or less, so it sounds like to me you'd like to get one or more breakthroughs. Would you say sooner or later?
Sooner.
Okay, and Mr. Alston, how soon would soon be to you?
Immediately is.
All right. Now, folks, now, again, now he's laughing, but if you want to know how I personally signed up 184 people, I'm giving you step by step. This is what I do. This is how I signed up 989 people in the last business that I was the international training director for, and that group turned into 1.5 million. Why? Because I taught them to do exactly what I did. Now they got the freedom to do what they want, but if you like my results, then use some of the things that I do. I mean, it's a free country. You can do whatever you want, right? But I'm just saying these are some things that I do and some things that have worked for me and it's helped me. By the way, I want you to understand this. You start with the question. By the way, my wife does this so brilliantly, John, Mr. Alston. Sometimes she'll say, baby, can I ask you a question without you getting upset? Oh, my goodness. She got me. I'm like, well, okay, well, yeah, well, I wasn't planning on getting upset now. At least I didn't think so. But anyway, so I learned that from her. When you ask permission like that, it's like you're stuck, right? So again, notice what I did. I asked her that question. Then I said, now, would you like to do that? Now, it's already in the question, but I'm recapping, right? Because I already said one or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less. He said, sure. But I'm saying that, so you'd like to get those 20 breakthrough in 21 days or less. Would you like to do that sooner or later? So that's like the second question. And he said sooner. Now watch this. The third question. This is imperative. You got to keep this. So how soon is soon to you? See, I know how soon it is for me. I think you ought to do it yesterday. But so he said immediately. Now, by the way, I've had people say to me last week, I had people say, now I had two people, Mr. Alston, they said next Friday is when I get paid. In other words, they figured out where I was going. Right? But anyway, well, Mr. Alston, here's what happens. We have a specially designed message, very simple, short message, to give the exact information on this breakthrough challenge. Do you mind if I just log that in real quick? If I just dial that in and you can get a chance to hear that, we can listen to it together. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind at all.
Okay, now at the end of this, just so you can be thinking, I'm going to ask you, what do you like best? So at the end, I'm going to ask you, what do you like best about what you just heard? So right now, I'm kind of giving you a heads up. So hold on 1 second, please. Everything underneath the sun. As Dr. Breakthrough, I declare this is your season for breakthrough. I say it's time to break through. It's breakthrough time. Because, see, you were genetically encoded to experience breakthroughs. It's part of your very DNA. As a matter of fact, your first breakthrough was when you beat over 40 million sperm cells to the womb and broke through the walls. You beat them all. You came in first place. So you are championship material. Your second breakthrough was your actual birth, when you broke through the walls and came out of your mother's womb. You may not have been aware of it until now, but you, my friend, you are a breakthrough master. So the challenge has been issued. Do what you were designed to do, and that is break through every barrier that tries to hinder your success. This is your birthright. This is your destiny. And my 21-day breakthrough challenge will give you the step-by-step formula that you've been looking for. So now is the time to break free from procrastination, from doubt, from fear, from others' negative opinion. Now is the time to break free and to succeed. See, you are unstoppable. You can only be deceived into thinking you can be stopped. And so, my friend, it's time for you to join over 10,000 people or more this month who will join the Breakthrough Challenge. As a matter of fact, someone said, if you want to quadruple your success, you have to triple what you circulate in personal development. It was my good friend Les Brown that said, information costs, but it pays for itself 10 times over. As Dr. Breakthrough, I say, what you put in your head that affects your heart determines what comes to your hand. If you want more coming to your hand, you got to put more in your head that affects your heart. It was Jim Rohn, the foremost business philosopher, that said, a personal development, he said, is so powerful, because he said a formal education can help you make a living, but personal development can help you make a fortune. So Dr. Breakthrough says, why just make a living when you can make a fortune so you can be blessed to be a blessing to others? So wouldn't you like to experience a breakthrough in your financial life, a breakthrough in your spiritual life, a breakthrough maybe in relationships? What about a technological breakthrough? There's over 18 different areas you can experience a breakthrough. Join the many, like one man who had a breakthrough and received $20,000 before he even finished the Breakthrough Challenge. Or what about one lady that said on lesson number 4, she said, Dr. Breakthrough, if you never taught anything else, that one lesson alone will be worth the price of the whole course. You see, my friend, it's your time. You now, my friend, are being positioned to prosper. So will you take the challenge? See, it only takes one person, one decision, or one action to change your life forever. You are that person. You must decide, and you must take action. So get back to whoever invited you and said, yes, I'm ready to take this Breakthrough Challenge. As a matter of fact, we will actually compensate you for helping us to get others to take the challenge. And so, my friend, it's the start that stops most people. Don't let the start stop you. Get back to whoever invited you and take your 21-day Breakthrough Challenge so that you can position yourself to prosper. Because as I say, it's breakthrough time. No, let me say it a better way. It's your breakthrough time. All righty, so Mr. Austin, what would you say you like best about what you just heard?
That's a bit difficult. I liked it all. In fact,
all right, but if you had
like
to narrow it down, though, just think about it. If you had to narrow it down, what would you like best?
Well, probably that it applies to me personally.
Awesome. Well, that's what most people, they all usually say that as well, Mr. Austin. So, as a matter of fact, that's why we want to get you started right now so you, Mr. Austin, can get the breakthrough that you said that you'd like to get because it's personal, it's for you. And I believe that's the reason why we're connected today. So, Mr. Austin, if I'm willing to dedicate part of my life to your success, would you allow me to empower you or would you fight against me?
Say that again.
If I'm willing to dedicate part of my life to your breakthrough success, would you allow me to empower you or would you fight against me?
I would allow you to empower me.
Okay, so right now, Mr. Austin, the way it's set up, we actually have a free account we set up, and then you just purchase the 21-day breakthrough challenge. So I'm actually in my back office now, and I'm just going to use your first and last name as your username, if that's okay with you.
Of course.
Now, folks, let me stop here. See, here's one of the things you have to understand. There's a big difference between dictatorship and leadership, but some of you don't understand it. And so a dictatorship is when you're just telling people. No, leadership, here's what leadership does. Leadership understands that most people don't know how to make decisions. So leaders gather enough information so that the leader then leads and guides the person to make the decision that they would make if they were good at making decisions. Man, that's so good. I wish y'all got, if y'all understood how much that was worth what I just taught you, let me say it again. Most people aren't good at making decisions. See, Napoleon Hill said, successful people make up their minds quickly and change slowly if ever, but unsuccessful people take a long time to make up their mind and change quickly. Right? So, so people can hardly make up their mind. Matter of fact, I'm a little excessive in this, but I go to a restaurant, look, I know what I want before I even walk in, right? And my wife, now bless her heart, she's a different personality, right? But sometimes she'll say, well, what do you have that's really good? I don't care what, I don't want you telling me I know what I like. I'm going to get what I want. I come here for me. Now, again, that's a little extreme, but I'm just saying, though, many years ago when I learned that about Napoleon Hill, what he said, I started practicing on making snap, quick decisions, which, by the way, I started finding out your first mind, they say, is usually right. And so I would make up decisions quickly and then stay with them, and then it got easier and easier and easier. Now, sometimes it got to the place where it was like a little too far where I'm trying to make decisions for other people as well. But anyway, I'm trying to pull back the reins on that. But here's what I'm saying, though. So in leadership, though, you have to gather the information to help them to make the decision. Now, here's what I want you to understand. I asked them a question. I guided him. By the way, if you notice how many times I used his name or his title, because that's magical to people. So you want to at least 10 times or more use. And by the way, sometimes they have a name that I can't quite get. So I would do something like this. I'll say, now, if you don't mind, I just want to make sure, again, I'm really personalizing everything. Give me the proper spelling of your first and last name. I just want to make sure I have that right. So I asked that question. Now, he starts off, okay, John is J-O-H. Okay, so, and by the way, I would interrupt a little bit. Oh, okay, so John, so it's the regular John, J-O-H, and not the J-O-N. Oh, okay. You see what I'm doing? I'm repeating his name over and over again. Why? Because I want to get it in my head, so by the time we're halfway through this conversation, I'll never forget his name. Now, I have people that I meet years later, and I'll call out their name. They're like, oh, my goodness, I'm so impressed. How'd you remember my name? Well, because I've used it so many times, it's an indelible print in my mind. And I'm telling you, it's magical when people hear their name. It's magical when you can engage them in your presentation. And by the way, when I travel and speak across the country, and as you know, I've spoken in all 50 states, 28 countries, one of the main things that they say is that your presentation is the most engaging presentation we've ever had. I mean, you don't like talk at people. The whole audience is in there. And so guess what? And so I have people that can tell me 30 years later what I said, what I taught on, and so forth. So folks, use that in the presentation then. So when you're talking to folks, make sure you get their name. If you say, I'm not good with names, if you hear it so many times, you will be, and if you use it. So again, let's back up. So you're going to gather the information so that you can guide them to make the decision that they would make if they were good at making decisions. Now, let me just tell you this. If they're a strong leader, which I have many of those, they'll stop you sometimes and say, oh, no, doc, don't just give me the website. I'll go and sign up. Okay, that's fine. So there's no harm, right? No foul. But guess what? I don't know. I can't even tell you how many people that they would tell me, I'm going to give me your link. I'm going to sign up. Okay. And then I'll check with them by the next day because I look in my back office and they haven't signed up. See, the fortune's in the follow-up, by the way, and you foul out when you don't follow up. And so here's what happens. And so I noticed that people are busy today. They intended to, they mean to, they just hardly ever get around to it. So guess what? I take the initiative. So I do it for him. I say, look, Mr. Austin, I'm in my back office right now. And by the way, I didn't ask him what he wanted for a username. Now, if they're a strong enough person, when I say, I'm just going to use your first and last name, if that's okay with you, they'll say, well, no, use this instead. Okay, that's fine. And by the way, Mr. Austin, for your password, I'm just going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's just a system that I use. By the way, I can't tell you how many people forget their passwords. They'll call me, what was that password? And I always tell them, look, when you go in there, you can change it to whatever you want. Okay, that's just a simple one I set up for you. And so, again, in your back office, by the way, if you click on the Home tab or About Us tab, just that to the top, it'll say register a new member. Okay? And now it's asking for the first name, so I'm putting that down, John, and last name, Austin. And Mr. Austin, the best email address for you, and then I'll listen as he gives it, and I'll type it out, and I'll say, okay, let me just repeat what I have, and then he'll confirm. And then the phone number, I have that, and I'll put it in and say, I'm going to make sure I got that right. And then they just need an address. Now, by the way, one of the ways they pay you, now listen carefully, one of the ways you can get paid is through check. So what address would you like the check to be sent to you? Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? You see, it's so simple. It's so simple, but people miss it. And the Bible says wisdom in the heart of a man is like a wellspring of water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. And there used to be a day when people used to ask high achievers questions. People don't ask, like I'm shocked that I haven't had but a handful of people even ask me, well, how do you do all the stuff you do? I'm shocked. Like if I knew somebody did half of what, I'd be like, dude, how you do it? Okay, how you did? How you did? How you did? That's how you learn. So now I'm training, I'm teaching, and we're going step by step so you can get this. Now I know I talk fast, so it's being recorded, so you better get the recording and go back. But I'm from the East Coast. We talk fast. I apologize. But also it helps your brain to work faster, by the way, is what I realized. Okay, so we're going through that, and then I'll say, okay, now, Mr. Austin, not all that. Now, we can do a couple things. Now, you can, I'm set up right now. I could just take your credit card right over the phone right now, and I can put that in my phone, and then I can send commissions. The company allows me to take commissions from my back office. I could send it directly to your back office, log in and purchase this for you, or walk you through the logging in, accepting it, and then you purchase it. Or you just go in your own back office, and then you could just put your credit card information, which, by the way, they never keep any of your credit card information on file, and there's no such thing as an auto ship. And if you want to order again, you have to use your credit card. However, you only make up to about 20% if you don't order every 30 days, but if you order every 30 days, they'll pay you up to 100%. I don't know about you. I like 100%. Mr. Austin, do you like 100% versus 20%? Which one would you choose?
100% works for me.
Okay. Folks, do you see how I'm setting them up to start getting orders? You see what I'm saying? So you ask the question. And again, they'll stop and say, oh, well, wait a minute. No, they can do that. But if they don't, I'm just going to continue on, right? So now, here we go. So, Mr. Austin, we're just about done. So you can, like I said, you can pay me directly, and I can do this. By the way, you can pay me through a Cash App. You can pay me through PayPal. If you're here in the States, I bank with Wells Fargo and some other banks, but I can give you information. You can deposit there. Which way would work best for you? What do you think works best for you? Now I let them answer. Now, you'd be shocked. I know some of you are like, who's going to give you their credit card information right on the phone? You'd be shocked at how many people say, well, I'll just go and give you my credit card information right now, okay? And again, some of you may not want to do that. That's fine. But, for my Dr. Breakthrough LLC, and plus I've got some, you can get a free processor through Square where you can just punch it right in the numbers. It's easiest, by the way, with Cash App, and they can just Cash App that to you. And by the way, if you don't have Cash App, you can get that, invite the person, send them an invite, and Cash App will give them $5 and you $5 for them, and now they'll be able to send you the money. But anyway, I let him, he'll tell me which way he wants to do it. Now, watch this. So, I'm just about to done. Now, Mr. Austin, though, can I ask you another question, though, I think, because there's a little more information I may need to give you, because I know you want the information to make the best possible decision for you and your family. So could I ask you another question, sir?
Certainly, go ahead.
Okay, if you had a choice, would you like to make a little bit of money slow or a lot of money fast? If you had a choice.
A lot of money fast.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that, because, see, everybody's not like us. Everybody won't. won't just go out and say that, but you and I, now notice what I'm doing. See, I'm partnering with him now. You and I, I'm drawing it from him to us. Now, you and I are alike because that's exactly my answer. You know, most of the people on my team, that's their answer. So here's what the company did. The company did something special for people like us. Now, I don't know about you. I like when people give me some special stuff. So the company said this. You know, we got the 21-day breakthrough challenge, but we've got a freedom package. It's called a 21-day breakthrough freedom package. So here's what they're going to do, Mr. Austin. And by the way, when I speak live, a lot of places, not every place, but a lot of times I hold up a $20 bill and I'll say the first one that runs and gives me a 10, I'm going to give you the 20 in exchange. And Mr. Austin, can you imagine people start running like crazy to hand me a $10 bill to get that 20, right? And so I give the person the 20 in exchange for the 10, and then I'll ask the rest of the audience, I'll say, how many of you, if I said for everybody in the room, I'll give you a 20 if you just give me a 10. I mean, I know some of you don't even carry cash, but you'll run out to the ATM machine and get it and get back here. How many of you would say, if you give me a 20, I'll, you know, we're not talking about counterfeit, we're talking about real money. You give me a 20, I'm giving you a 10. How many people, Mr. Austin, in the room do you think raised their hand and said, I would let you do that? 20%, 40%, 50%, 100%? What do you think?
Well, I would hope 100%.
Exactly. And then I asked them this question. How often would you allow me to give you a 20 in exchange for a 10? You know what they say? As many times as you want to do it. Why? Because it's a good deal. And then I say, okay, now I got this 10. The first person who runs and gives me a 5, I'll give you the 10. And they're like, and they start running, and somebody hands me the 5, I'll give them the 10. Now I ask the question again. How many of you, if I said for everybody else, I'll do the same thing, how many of you would gladly give me a $5 bill in exchange for a 10? And everybody says I would. Why? It's a good deal. When it's a good deal, you ought to run to get it. Okay? Then I'll take a $1 bill and I say, now, the $5 bill, I hold it up. I say, the first person give me $1, I'll give you the 5, right? And we do the same thing. And of course, the whole crowd says, yeah, if you do it for everybody else, I'll do it too, right? Then lastly, I hold up the dollar and say, the first person to give me a penny, just a penny, or a nickel, I don't care, but a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, whatever you got, run quick. And they run, and so somebody gets, and then I'll say, okay, the rest of you, if I just said just for one penny, I give you $1. How many of you take that? Everybody says I would. Why? That's 100 times. So folks, the company in essence says this: if you give us only $199 one time. Now, Mr. Austin, how many times do I say $199? How many times?
One time.
One time. The company says we're going to give you $25,275 worth of real value. Now, you're going to get your 21-day breakthrough challenge, plus you're going to get 3 premium products, and our CEO says that some of our products are being sold at other companies. To get the same amount, it would be thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So literally, this is thousands of dollars of value just on the product alone. Then they're going to give you $25,000 worth of real bonuses, like 1 day, 2 day, 4 day, 5 day hotel stays, 7 day cruises, resorts. Matter of fact, there's some electronics. You just pay the shipping, they'll send it to you free. So $25,275 worth. So the company says, if you just give us $199 one time, we'll give you $25,275 worth of products. Now, Mr. Austin, I don't know about you, but that was like a Godfather offer that was too good to refuse, and it wasn't any threatening thing. It was like, this is just too good, right? So that's what I definitely recommended everybody gets. And besides that, Mr. Austin, if you're like me, if you've got some friends that you think would like great deals like that, because again, if I asked my room full of people, how many of you, if I found a company that would give you $25,275 worth of stuff for only $199, everybody in the room ought to say yes. If you ran for a $20 bill, what you going to do for $25,000? So, Mr. Austin, so which would you decide? Just the Breakthrough Challenge, or would you like the Breakthrough Freedom Pack, where you're going to get $25,275 for only $199 one time? Which works best for you, sir?
Well, let's do the $199.
All right. And by the way, when you help 3 people to get one, you're going to make $75 every time, which means 3 people, you made your money back, plus you're already $26 in profit. You got literally thousands of dollars of value worth of products for your body. And the Breakthrough Challenge, which we actually had one guy that made $20,000, got a $20,000 check unexpectedly while he was taking the 21-day Breakthrough Challenge, and he said it was because of what he learned in the challenge. By the way, folks, if you're listening, I just got to say this. I make no income claims, and my results are results of those illustrations I give. They're just illustrations. because it'd be illegal or unethical for me to promise or guarantee that you will make any money. I'm simply sharing this information with you for training and illustration purposes only. However, I can tell you I've made multiple six figures with this, but I don't know what your work ethic is like. I got a pretty strong one, but I don't know what yours is like, so we just want to clarify that. Okay, so in conclusion then, we're going to get the Breakthrough Freedom Pack. You're going to get $25,275 worth of value for only $199 one time. And so, Mr. Austin, if you don't mind, by the way, just to help you, let me give you that number that I dialed you into that helps you to make your decision, because what I need you to do is just call people on the line and let them listen to that, and you'll find some people that'll be ready to go ahead and take action. And if not, you can also get them on the phone with me. But is it okay? Can I give you that number real quick, please?
Please.
Okay, you can call that 24/7. It's 646. If you want to write that down, then I'm going to ask you to repeat when I'm done. 646-653-1831. 646-653-1831. By the way, I pay for that service every month, but I make it available free for the people that are in our company, just to bless people. So what's that number I gave you again, sir? I want to make sure we got it right.
646-653-1831.
All righty. And again, it might do you good just to dial in and listen to that again yourself. And again, even better when you can dial in other folks. But you can even post it on social media because you're going to have your own link that I'm going to send you here in just a minute. So, folks, I hope you got it. My time is way over, but I just want to give you a couple quick things just so you understand. People don't do, notice I asked him to repeat it back to me. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you say get something to write with, a lot of times people say, you ready? They're like, yeah. They're not even writing anything. So sometimes people do what you expect, but usually they do what you inspect. However, you got to learn how to inspect without becoming suspect. That's good. Let me say it again. I said, people don't always do what you expect. If you've got children, you know what I'm talking about. They don't always do what you expect. Clean up your room, but they usually do what you inspect. Now, John, I'm being there in another hour to check your room to see how clean it is. Guess what? John gonna have that room clean. Okay. Now, watch this. Now, when I expect him to have it clean, sometimes it doesn't always happen. But when I inspect it, especially when I let him know, then it happens. So people don't always do what you expect. They do what you inspect. However, you've got to learn to inspect without becoming suspect. So I'll give people a sign of the different things to do, and guess what? I'm checking them out. I'm deciding whether I'm going to work with them a lot or a little. I'm deciding whether they get a lot of my time or a little of my time. I'm deciding based on how well they do these things. So see, you have to be the CEO of your own company. You have to understand you're hiring people, and so you're putting people through this process. So again, notice what I did. I found out what he was interested in is like when you go fishing. I'm from the city, but the guys that fish real well tell me certain fish like certain bait. So guess what? He doesn't care if I'm only 20 people away from making Crown 4. Oh, Mr. John Austin, if you'll sign up, it'll help me get to Crown 4. And he don't care about that. What he cares about is what he said. He cares about him getting the breakthrough. So guess what? You got to find out what the hooks are. So that's why I asked him, what do you like best? Now he gave me two things. So guess what? He gave me two different hooks that I stuck in him, and I'm going to use those hooks to get him what he said he wanted. Now watch this. What he said he wanted. Now, y'all got to stop being so excited and trying to get people what you want them to have. They don't care. I don't mean y'all. They don't care. They care about what they care about. So I got to find out what they care about and show them how what we have and use it as a bridge to help them to get what they care about. And now guess what? Now we're working together and we're in a partnership. So again, I ask his permission and then I gather information. Once I gather the information, if you notice, then I start to take charge. I understand some of your personality is a little different. You may need to work on it. You can modify it. That's fine. I just want you to get more results because, again, this Shop Free Mart has to get to the world, my friend. There are people that have been praying. I believe people have been fasting and praying for an answer, for a solution. And guess what? We have it. So let's get as effective as we can get at getting that answer to them. And so, again, thank you, Mr. Austin. You did an incredible job. And I just wish you wasn't the CEO so I could have signed you up for real.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Breakthrough. That's an awesome presentation.
All right.
Awesome,
so anybody that hasn't taken the 21-Day Breakthrough Challenge, I want to challenge you to do it. I believe that as important as the products we have for your body, the Breakthrough Challenge is a nourishment for your mind. And I can just tell you, we've got the folks that are breaking records all have one thing in common. They've all taken the 21-day Breakthrough Challenge, or they've taken the 10-day Advanced Challenge, or they have the Batman and Robin, Green Hornet Cato book combination of Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed and How to Build a Big Team Fast that teaches, again, a lot of what I just covered you'll find in the book itself. And so, Mr. Austin, you probably want to open up for questions and whatever else, but thank you again for allowing me this time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Dr. Breakthrough. Okay, Justina, do you want to...
I will. Thank you so much, John, for...
Q&A.
Yes, I'm here. I'm going to open up for Q&A. I just would like to comment. That was a great exercise that Dr. Breakthrough shared with us in role-playing with today with John. So go listen to the recording. There's a lot we all can learn from it. We will now open up for Q&A. If you'd like to ask a question or share a testimony, hit *6. Now, we cannot take any medical questions on this call, so please don't ask how to treat symptoms. And we are opening up now for Q&A. The queue
Okay,
is...
folks, we are going to keep this kind of short. Let me just mention, if you want to be successful, find something that works, and then just copy what works. Basically, if you do the same thing that somebody else does and you do it over and over again till you become proficient at it, pretty much you're going to have the same results. That's the way it works. So Dr. Breakthrough is proving his system every single day. He's bringing in new people. So it obviously works. I think you saw, you listened, you heard how this would really be effective. But it takes practice. But anything you practice at, whether it's piano or golf or martial arts or sharing Shop Fremart, the more you do it, the better you become. So let's go ahead and take our first caller.
Okay, our first caller is